Welcome to episode 10 of the Nothing But Bricks podcast. Today I'm joined by Omega. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So to start off, we could talk about the brick films that you do.
So I make these brick films for fun mostly. I I like adding special effects. That's what I'm best at. I have this app where I can import different effects onto the brick films, and I've been doing it for about a year.
Cool. Yeah. What kind of brick films have you made?
Nothing professional or long. Recently, I made a Mandalorian brick film about a minute long.
Oh, cool. What was that like?
Just a Mandalorian bloodbath, pretty much.
Hmm, nice. Are you working on any brick films at the moment?
No, I'm working on a YouTube channel at the moment, actually.
All right. And what kind of videos are you gonna upload?
I'm thinking about set reviews, brick films, anything really.
Oh, nice. I noticed that when we were talking over Discord, you mentioned you were making a Green Lantern mock. Could you tell me a bit about that?
Oh, I was inspired by the Polybags that DC released with Green Lantern and Sinestro. I got both of them, and I'm another two I've ordered. They're gonna be coming this week, and it's pretty much just gonna. I want to include all the Green Lantern colors that all the core that are included in the comics and TV shows. And at the moment, I'm just working on getting minifigures out and ready for it.
Cool. Do you think you're gonna make a video on it for your channel?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Um, so you also mentioned that you like Lego Dimensions. Are there any other Lego games that stick out to you?
I actually just finished playing Lego Harry Potter with my sister.
Cool. Yeah. Would that be one of your favorites, or are there any other games that you prefer?
It's more for her. I prefer Lego Dimensions. I really liked the Sonic pack, Sonic level pack, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, nice. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, they didn't release any sets for the movies, unfortunately.
That would have been cool, actually.
Yeah,
Um, so did you hear about the new Star Wars sets?
the 501st pack.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm planning on getting it after all the hype has died down because it's too hard to get it right now.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very true. It's kind of like sold out everywhere.
I'm gonna get it around September.
Cool. Um,
Have you got it yet?
I have not. No. Hopefully I can find it at some point. So, did you hear about the new Harry Potter sets that came out? I think it was last year or like a few months ago.
I have not heard about the ones that came out this year. I got some last year. I got the Hogwarts Clock Tower.
Right, must have come out last year then.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't kept track this year.
All right, cool. So how big was the set that you bought?
It was one of the biggest. It was the Clock Tower. So it was maybe the second biggest or the biggest.
Cool. Um, right. Uh, so we talked about. I probably should have asked this first, but we talked about in the other episodes that Lego is so popular because it can mean so many different things to different people. So what would Lego mean? What does Lego mean to you?
So to me, Lego has always been a place where I can build whatever I like. It has you can do whatever you like. There are no boundaries besides pieces. And then there's a great community behind Lego. It's it's not like a toxic community like video game communities. It's it's more peaceful, I guess you could say.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely a lot more of a positive and uplifting kind of place to share different projects and things than most other places online.
Only if you exclude the Mander drama, MNR.
Oh, I didn't hear about that, but
Um, It's a YouTuber that was messed up a lot.
Oh,
He said some stuff.
so are there any other mocks that you made?
I made a Pokemon mock a while back with the Mega Blocks, off-brand stuff. Sorry, it wasn't big. It was just based around the set that I gotten.
Cool. Um, right. So apart from the Green Lantern one, are you working on any other mocks at the moment?
No, just that. I want to focus on one thing.
Huh, right. So in your brick films, going back to them, what would be your favorite kind of genre of storytelling to use?
Action.
Right. Um, so what's your favorite kind of Lego, like favorite kind of Lego sets to buy?
At the moment, the Lego sets I want to get are the AAT and the 501st pack. I was gonna get the General Grievous Starfighter, but it just cost too much. They need to put that on sale.
Hmm, that'd be cool, yeah. So what would be the your favorite Lego set that you own?
Like that's together. That's not broken apart.
Just any really.
Um, Maybe the Mandalorian Battle Pack. It's small, but it's really nice.
Nice. Hmm. Um, so then what would be your favorite like minifigure that you'd own?
It would be my sig fig, my signature fig. I took an Omega decal and I applied it to his torso, which and it looks pretty good, if I say so myself.
Oh, so then do you paint other minifigures?
Oh yes, I paint a lot. I've painted one recently. I've added wear onto a knight's armor. Came out pretty well.
Oh, nice. Um, so do you think you'd paint some of the like lanterns for your mock?
Um, I've tried, but it's hard with all the details that are on them.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very true actually. Um,
And I don't have the colors for it either.
all right. So have you ever painted like a? I know you said that there would be a lot of detail in them, but what would be the most kind of amount of detail that you've put into a figure?
It'll probably be the knight I just talked about with the wear and tear, but you need to be careful while painting, not to add too much detail, or else you want to add about the same amount of detail that Lego adds to their figures, or else it'll just look chunky.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, so do you have any Lego Overwatch sets?
Oh, actually, last Christmas I only got Lego Overwatch.
Oh, nice.
Do you have any?
Uh, my brother has some, but I don't have any. Um, but would that be your favorite like type of Lego to have?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's a very good uh it's a very good wave of sets. Even if you don't like Overwatch, it's still pretty good.
Right. Um, hmm. So going back to brick films, what kind of brick filmers would you enjoy watching?
There's this one called Prequel Stud. He does very good brick films.
Oh, nice. What kind of genre of like would he do comedy videos or action videos? Or...
It's more serious, more serious. Comedy can be hard to convey with Lego.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I found that myself actually. Yeah. Hmm. So, are there any other like kind of smaller communities inside Lego that you'd be a part of, like the painting figures or brick filming or like that kind of thing?
I'm not in that many, no communities that I found that are just for that. It's quite hard to find um, the communities for these particular smaller groups.
Mm, yeah, definitely. For painted figures and stuff, I'd recommend checking out all the Instagrammer people because there are a lot of um painters on Instagram for Lego figures.
Oh, oh, thank you.
Um, right. So, is there anything that you would want to talk about?
Um, what can I ask you a question about your thoughts on something?
Yeah, sure.
What do you think of the new Polybags that they've released? Like, I know they've made, I know they've made the soccer players.
I haven't really heard about them, but what are they like in your opinion?
Um, I'm not such a fan of soccer, so I've they it doesn't seem like they'd be very useful. I know a long time ago, Lego they released uh these soccer sets where you can play as the figures. Like you could throw balls around because they had set up a mechanism where you could do that. But here it just seems like they're trying to make money off of the idea of soccer without introducing any play features that could be used.
Hmm. Right. The soccer set where you can play it like with it, like you were saying, that sounds super interesting actually, because it's if we were talking on the last episode about how Lego doesn't really want to try anything crazy that would like uh, change up the Lego sets they're put releasing at the moment. So I think that's kind of like super creative of them to do.
They did that a long time ago, like back when they only when they used yellow skin.
Oh, that explains it.
It's unfortunate we won't be seeing them probably. It was something. It was something different. It was something different.
Yeah, definitely sounds like it. Yeah, I think if they did like all kinds of sports in that kind of way, they do really well.
I don't know if they do well if they did all sports because people come to Lego for themes, not for sports. I don't think
Oh, yeah, that's true. I feel like the only people that might end up buying them then would be like the hardcore Lego fans.
I collect everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be risky.
Hmm. Yeah. But what kind of sets that would be like? What kind of creative changes do you think you'd want to see Lego make in the future?
I would want to see maybe some Sonic sets for sure with the second movie coming out, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Because for the first movie, I'm pretty sure they had the license to make it, but they didn't.
Hmm. Hopefully, it's not like Lego Mario sets, because I think it would have been a lot cooler if they just like made a Lego Mario figure rather than like a big thing. Yeah.
Yes, but I've noticed people are buying the polybags of the Mario. Those are selling very well, unlike the sets.
Right. Um. So, what kind of Sonic sets do you think they should make?
For sure, Doctor Eggman, the main villain, Doctor Robotnik, and whatever in the second movie, whatever the main uh, vehicle the villain uses. Even just three sets, a wave of three or less would be nice.
Yeah, yeah, just to see some kind of Sonic figure,
We already have one, but it's rare. Goes for a lot of money now.
right? I'd say that the Sonic sets would do really well then for everyone trying to um get that figure. Um, so is there any topics that you think we should talk about?
What do you think the a set that would have done really well that's now gone? That would have What's a set that you would like that's now gone?
I'd really like to see a new kind of bat cave. That would be cool because they did the different kinds of bat caves before, but I think if they did like a massive one that had super crazy detail and everything, I think that would be really cool. Like they did with the Millennium Falcon and stuff.
It'd be like a UCS. The Lego Dimensions. I'd like to see maybe series based off the characters you would get.
Hmm, yeah, um, yeah, it would be cool to see Lego Dimensions 2 as well.
Yeah, but they had missed their time because remember Skylanders, that old.
Oh yeah,
They It was around that time that the moving figures are on the pad. was popular.
Yeah, that's true.
So they just missed their time.
Yeah, they were like almost there, and then they just missed it. Um, what kind of Lego games do you think you'd want to see from them?
Lego games, maybe a new Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings game.
Hmm. Like a remastered version or like a whole different game?
Not a remastered version, just completely redone because some of the stuff in that game is outdated or it's broken.
Hmm. Right. Um, it would also be cool to see like you know, the Avengers game that's coming out.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, it would be cool to see. Like I don't know if the new Avengers sets coming out are based on that game, but it would be cool to see sets based on that game.
Yeah, that'd be very cool.
Yeah, then we'd finally get a Lego Kamala Khan character.
Oh yeah, I thought we had one of those. It came with an Aviator Captain America set and the Super Adapter.
Hmm. I'll have to look into that then. That's cool. Um, right. Uh, so are you going to try and get the Star Wars game, the Lego Star Wars game when it comes out?
I don't think so because I'm pretty happy with Lego Star Wars: The Complete Saga.
Hmm. Yeah, that's fair.
I mean the old one. Nothing can beat that.
Hmm. Yeah, I remember playing that on the Wii a few years ago. It would be cool to see a Lego VR game at some point.
Oh, I don't know because Lego's main consumers, or so they say, are kids. So I'm not saying everyone who buys Lego are like little children, but I don't know if children would want to play a VR game. It might be scary if they see like a Lego man charging at them.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm. It would be a cool way to take the Lego games in the future, though. If it was like a big thing in the future, like they finally fixed all the bugs with using VR.
I would love to see that.
Also, the next thing after that would be what would the game be based on, like DC or Marvel or something.
They're probably gonna release a Marvel game.
Yeah, that's true actually. Well, probably true. Yeah. So you mentioned before that you did a few mocks, but what would be the biggest kind of mock project that you've done?
I remember um around this year, around the new year, I made a really big Lego Minecraft mock. It was about 6 gray flats big. I even made a brick film in it. It was very fun.
Oh, nice. So what was the like kind of story that you're going for with it?
You're in the brick film, you mean?
Yes, yeah, sorry.
It was just a guy who was killing everyone, pretty much. I had to make it for film class.
Oh, nice.
hmm
Right. So are there any like big brick film projects that you'd like to do in the future?
Um, Definitely one on the Green Lantern mock once I finish it.
Yeah, that would be cool to see if you put it on YouTube. Um, yeah, cool. Yeah. Um, so what would be the biggest like struggle that you in like what area of brick filming causes you the most what's the hardest part about brick filming for you?
Close up fight scenes, probably. Because you need to make it interesting, you need to make it look realistic. You can't have them flying around. But you also want it to not be too violent. You don't want someone to be shot in the head with a shotgun and their brain goes flying out. But it needs to be fast as well, and that's hard. To make it fast while still being able for the viewer to understand what's going on.
Hmm. Yeah. Have you done many of those?
I made one yesterday. I haven't made too many.
Nice. What was the one about yesterday that you made?
The Mandalorian one I told you about earlier.
Hmm. Cool. Right. So oh yeah, what's your kind of favorite part about the whole brick filming process?
It's probably like seeing the Lego come to life because you're there, you're moving them a little bit at a time, and afterwards you see them come to life. You see them all moving by themselves. It seems on the video. It's like magic.
Yeah, definitely. It's very rewarding process. I find for when you get to that point, it's like finally the um it's not for nothing.
Unless you notice your fingers in a frame.
Oh yeah, that's pretty annoying.
But then even adding effects to it is quite fun.
What kind of effects would you normally add?
For guns, I use the muzzle flash, so the gunshot. Um, that's the one I use the most likely. Then also sparks that fly and dust. And that's it. Nothing too fancy.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd be the same. I wouldn't want to do anything. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do any crazy kind of effects, but it's still very fun to try out new kind of techniques for different things.
hmm I also really like adding lightsaber effects. It's quite fun. While doing the brick film, I shine a flashlight where the lightsaber would be shining, and then later in the editing, I'd edit a lightsaber on top of the Lego lightsaber.
Hmm, cool. Yeah, I would use the like Lego uh lightsaber pieces where with the fully extended lightsaber thing, and then just for reference kind of, and then trace over it frame by frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it is pretty fun to add the effects like you were saying. Like, yeah, that's one of my favorite parts anyway.
It's accomplishing.
So do you do much voice acting for your videos?
No, I usually don't add voices on my brick films.
Right. Do you think that's something that you do in the future?
Yeah, definitely. I would need to get some other people to help me out, or else everyone would have the same voice.
Yeah, that's true actually. um Yeah, cool. Do you think you do a mouth animation effect to like sync up with their voices?
I might try it in the future now that you mention it. It seems challenging. Have you done it?
I have not, but I think it would be a very cool thing to try in the future.
hmm But you wouldn't want to make the black too dark, or else it would on for the mouth, or else it would look off.
Yeah. Um, have you heard of Edbound, the YouTuber?
And bound? No.
Oh, he makes brick films like every Monday or something, and
Oh,
he
I've looked them up
recently.
once.
Oh, right, cool. But he recently started adding mouth animations into his videos, which I think is really cool because it like I don't know, it just brings
Do you think it
them.
makes it better?
Yeah, it brings the videos to life in a completely different way than normal brick filming would.
Maybe if I were to add mouth animations, I wouldn't uh draw over. I would use the alternate faces on figures.
Yeah, that would be an interesting way to go about it. Yeah,
Or you could probably find decals online that you could apply to heads to give them different vowel sounds. So you don't need to do it in the editing process. I'd seen some of those ones.
right, cool. Um, yeah, you could buy like different custom heads with like the mouth animation like
Yeah.
kind of shapes. Yeah.
Pre-made.
Hmm. Cool. Yeah, I think if someone was using Dragon Frame for their videos, that would be a very cool way to go about the mouth animations.
Yeah. It would maybe look better than using After Effects or any other editing app to draw on the mouth.
Yeah, definitely. It would help for like the lighting of the mouth and stuff as well to make it look more natural. So do you think you're going to try out any more like crazy effects in the future?
I want to try making an explosion, but you know the explosion effect, the one that's memed a lot. The the one where they just have the explosion on a white background and they put it on anything.
That would be cool. Yeah. Um. hmm. What kind of scenario do you think you'd want to um create to build up to that?
I don't know, honestly. It's. I usually think about it on the spot. I don't plan ahead too much.
Yeah. Cool. I like to do that for fight scenes myself because I think it makes it look more natural.
Maybe for stories, I've done it a few times, but not for fight scenes.
Um, so did you hear about the new Avengers sets that will be coming out?
I've heard about the Avengers Tower.
Oh, cool. I actually have some notes here somewhere about all the different sets if I can find it. oh yeah, here it is. So there's one that's like an Iron Man helmet. I don't know if it's wearable, but it's like a super detailed helmet with 480 pieces, I think. If that's I found that online, but I don't know if that's like how many pieces there actually are going to be in it.
It probably won't be wearable for all sizes because it would be wearable for smaller.
Yeah, I think it comes with a like display stand that you can put the helmet on. Um, but there's also going to be a new Hulkbuster, which is kind of strange because there's already a few of those, I
And
believe.
there's no new Hulkbuster. There are two Hulkbusters, I think.
Oh, right. Um, should be interesting to see how they change it up from the last sets.
They may just make it bigger.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it would be cool to see like a big fig Hulkbuster at some point.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Or the guy from Deadpool, the guy with the iron head. What was his name?
Oh, Juggernaut, yeah,
Yeah, that guy. Juggernaut. Okay. Be nice to see that. Yeah.
yeah, that would be really cool actually. Yeah, the one thing I don't like about big figs though is that they don't really they're not really very usable when it comes to stop motion.
Um, you could always remove the arm and move it around, attaching it with putty.
Hmm, yeah, I should try that. Yeah,
It works quite well.
hmm, that would be a cool thing to try out. Yeah. Um, there's also going to be an Avengers Helicarrier set coming out.
Oh, I had seen a review on that. It wasn't scaled very well. Not for minifigures.
Oh, um, hmm, were there any other issues with it?
No issues like playability, but issues size wise.
All right. Hmm, yeah, that's a bit disappointing. um,
It's too small. Like I don't remember exactly. Like the interior um wasn't big enough, and it just wasn't big enough overall. It was built to more. Remember the little characters in the first helicarrier?
um, not really.
Well, they had added like the tiny little figures, or like a brick tall, and they're super small. They'd be more maybe they would fit better in this helicarrier, which is sad.
Right. Um, hmm. we talked on in the last episode about how Lego can kind of overdo and milk a lot of different ideas. So to the point where it's like not even fun to play with the sets or build them. But what do you think about
I agree. In like even when they make the interiors of houses and stuff, it's just not um it's not big enough. It's like a couple studs wide, like in Doctor Strange's Sanctum Sanctorum from Infinity War.
Yeah, that always annoyed me. Yeah, that they always do the interiors very small. Yeah,
They make the
that's
outside very big and the interior is too small.
yeah, it's very annoying. Especially for making brick films with decent sets.
Yeah, you need to extend it.
Yeah, it's pretty frustrating. Um, yeah, I think there is a diner set though that I was looking at that has a pretty cool uh, big interior, but I'm not sure if that's if it's actually big or if it's just like the picture.
Yeah, and they get the angles where it looks big.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, um, but what kind of non like franchise or brand sets do you think they should make? Like soccer type? Um,
No, not soccer. I don't think. I don't think soccer would sell well. I was just giving an example earlier. I'm not a fan of sets that are off-brand. I mean, maybe like a cyberpunk set.
oh, that would be interesting. Yeah, because
I mean, like just I don't mean from the game, but just like in general.
hmm, right. Yeah, well, if they did do sets from the game, that would be a pretty cool idea. Because I don't think they make very many sets or figures around games.
Uh huh. I don't know if they would do it because it's pretty violent.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm. And they had said they weren't going to do violent stuff, but then they released Overwatch. So
I was actually thinking though that it would be cool if they did like um Spider-Man PS4 sets because there aren't any figures that they did for that, so it would be cool to see what kind of sets they could do for that game.
hmm
Yeah, but what kind of games would you like to see them adapt into sets?
maybe Fallout. That'd be pretty cool.
Hmm, yeah, that'd be cool. What kind of uh, points in the game do you think they should make the sets around?
Um, Fallout. I said. The the new Avengers game, as you said.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah, they would be cool. It's like I was saying that Lego's kind of uh not trying new things at the moment. They're just kind of releasing the same uh, Marvel sets and stuff uh, all the time.
Even with even with the Star Wars, the 501st Battle Pack, it didn't feel so good. Yeah, they included a lot of stuff, but the Walker didn't feel different. It just felt like another Walker, like any other.
Yeah, I think it would definitely be cool to see, I don't know, something different and creative from them, like Lego Dimensions or
Something like extraordinary.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I think that's why I prefer to like look look at like custom minifigures from like non-Lego brands, uh, not like a Lepin or anything, but like just like people on Instagram, like independent sellers and stuff. I haven't bought any, but it would be cool to.
I don't know if I would trust them because yeah, there'd be a few that are trustworthy, but then there's these others that are just making profit off of. I would be trying to scam people off of the what's it called, the stuff the other people had done.
Yeah, there are definitely people like that. It is pretty frustrating to try and find the good quality print brands and the good quality, just good quality brands, like good quality products from non-scamming brands. Yeah,
Yeah, it's it's a pain.
yeah, it is worth it though, and you can find a good printed figure that Lego would never even consider making a minifigure around?
I tried doing that for my Green Lantern rock. It it didn't work out well. I couldn't find anyone that looked trustworthy. No one on a good site or trustworthy. It was all these sketchy stuff.
Hmm. Um, right. So, do you think you'd make like a purist custom with like random Lego pieces and put them together to make the lantern figures?
I want them to all be meaningful. I tried doing that, but it didn't. It didn't. They didn't seem good. They seemed like they were just thrown together in 2 seconds. I wanted them to be more look better.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it is definitely difficult to um, do a purist custom type figure that actually looks the way you want it to. Because
I've been able to make one, but it's hard to make. I don't have the pieces for it. I don't think the pieces have been made for it.
yeah, especially when like if you're looking for the like logo on their chest and the rings and stuff,
I gave up on the logo because it was just too hard.
right?
It was too hard to get the logo.
So, are you gonna like try and build the one of the lantern planets, or is it like
It's just gonna be a generic area.
all right, cool. So the focus is primarily on the figures then.
Um, Figures are gonna be standing out. Um, it's just gonna be them standing out, mostly like the colors standing out on a gray background of the planet.
Huh. Well, looking forward to seeing that if you upload it on your channel and
Thank
when
you.
it yeah, cool. Um, so what kind of stop motion video do you think you'd make around it?
Um, I maybe a fight against the Lantern Corps.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Um, right. So which cores do you think you'd like put against one another?
The yellow and the green, the most iconic ones.
Yeah. Um, I think that there are Green Lantern and Sinestro figures, like official Lego figures somewhere.
Oh yeah, yeah, there are. That's how I was inspired from the Polybags. But it. They've only made a few. They haven't made a good amount of them. So that's why I need to go to party sellers to get the the what's it called, the best, the better, get the better figures that Lego doesn't release.
Yep. That's yeah, that's one of the most annoying parts about the Lego figures that they make is that they don't really want to do any figures apart from the popular ones. So when there's like certain ones that you need for like a mock or a video, like a brick film, it's really hard to find like good quality figures.
Yeah, it is hard to find.
Yeah. So what would be your favorite like lantern core to
Green Lantern Corps, probably.
um right? So are you doing the Hal Jordan lantern or the John Stewart?
I'm doing I'm doing the I have a John Stewart in the ultraviolet Lantern Corps, so the purple one, and then I got the Simon Baz from the Polybags, the blind bags, and that's everyone who I have.
Do you think you'll have like a excuse me, do you think you'll have um like the way Green Lantern can or any lantern can like build things with their color and their ring? Do you think you'd have like different colored builds?
I was planning on having a big fist coming out of one guy.
Oh, nice.
I still haven't figured out how I'm gonna make it.
Oh. Yeah, that'll be cool to see anyway. Would there be any like new types of um content that you'd want to try and make on your channel whenever you started out?
I honestly don't know.
Hmm. Um, well, I'll leave a link in the description if you want to send it to me whenever you've made it, so
Okay,
that people can.
it'll be a while.
All right. So yeah, whenever it is made, anyway, if you want to send it to me,
Thank you.
cool. Yeah. Right. So is there anything that you'd want to talk about to finish off the podcast?
Um, Thank you for having me here. It was very enjoyable.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, it was great talking to you.
It's great talking to you too.